What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous here. Once again, I am back for my Week 7 NFL predictions. Now, Week 6 just ended with the Tennessee Titans upsetting the Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football. So our record finishing up Week 6 was 5-9. So this was our worst week in NFL predictions this week. Just like last year in Week 6, we went 7-8. This one, the Week 6 kind of looks like our bane for sure. So definitely our winning streak ends, and now we're looking to get back on track, and there's always room for improvement, and hopefully in these Week 7 predictions, I will get back on the winning track. Hopefully. Now, before I begin, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos up until this point. Again, thank you guys so very much for watching all 6 videos that I put up last week, especially my Week 6 NFL predictions. We had over 444 views on that video. You guys representing your team and your picks in the comment section with 24 comments, and you guys super kicked that like button 14 times. So again, thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos last week, especially my Week 6 NFL predictions for showing the support by watching the video, super kicking that like button, and of course representing your team in the comment section below. Now, if you have not checked out my 2 other videos that I put up today, this is the third and final video of this evening. Definitely go check them out for my college football predictions and the next Raw pay-per-view tables, ladders, and chairs. So definitely go check them out as well as this video. Now, we are at 200 plus subscribers on the channel, so I do want to thank you guys so very much for supporting the channel. To new subscribers, thank you guys for super kicking that subscribe button, and welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. It is great to have you guys here, and to my longtime subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around, supporting the channel, and as always, killing it. Now, this is your first time watching my channel as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I am JT Dangerously, and welcome to the club, because this club is just whoop, whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these Week 7 NFL predictions. Now, starting off with the buys, there's only 2 buys this week, so if you have players on these teams that have buys, definitely have a bench full of replacement players, so you have a perfect Week 7 fantasy football matchup. Now, the teams that have buys are the Detroit Lions and the red-hot Houston Texans. So if you have players on any of those 2 teams, switch them out for, hopefully you have suitable replacements for their positions. Now, let's start off on Thursday Night Football. It is an AFC West battle featuring the Kansas City Chiefs heading to the black hole to face the Oakland Raiders. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming off a very tough loss on Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are no longer undefeated. The last of the undefeated got knocked off, being the Chiefs. Alex Smith did not look good. Kareem Hunt was shut down by that Pittsburgh defense. Travis Kelce did not have a great game. Their defense kept it close, but they just fell short. So they're looking to get back on track. Then on the other side, you have the Oakland Raiders are coming off a very tough loss at home to the Los Angeles Chargers by a late field goal. They did get Derek Carr back, which was good news, but he did not look good in that game. He had a touchdown and 2 picks. Marshawn Lynch did not look good. They rarely even gave him the ball, which was surprising because that's your rock right there, Marshawn Lynch. And Amari Cooper was nowhere to be seen. So this Raiders team is definitely struggling right now after they were riding high the first couple weeks of the season. So coming from me in this AFC West battle on Thursday Night Football, I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs to bounce back and defeat the Oakland Raiders. And now the Sunday slate, which starts at 10 a.m. here on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Starting off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Buffalo to face the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off a very tough loss to the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. They did not look good. Of course, they did lose Jameis Winston in that game with an injury to his throwing shoulder, so we do not know if he's going to be playing in this game. They did put in Ryan Fitzpatrick in, and he nearly brought the Buccaneers back in this game with Mike Evans had a great game from Fitzpatrick and Winston. Dougie Martin had a great game on the ground. Their defense got it done. Levante David's back who got a pick 6. So the Buccaneers team is hurting right now, but they're looking to get back on track and get a big-time win. Then on the other side, you have the Buffalo Bills who are coming off a bye. They're going to be rested, healthy, and ready to go. So coming from me in this matchup, and I do have a lot of Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans in my for subscribers and comment section. So, man, this one's really tough. Unfortunately, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now the next matchup. It is the Carolina Panthers heading to Soldier Field to face the Chicago Bears. Now, the Carolina Panthers are coming off a very tough loss on Thursday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. They did not look good. Cam Newton looked sluggish. Christian McCaffrey had a great game, even in a loss. Kelvin Benjamin had 100 yards, even in a loss. Their defense just got shredded by Philadelphia on Thursday night. So they're looking to get back on track in this matchup. Then on the other side of the Chicago Bears are coming off another win in overtime on Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens. And Mitchell Trubisky Bear business, he looked good even in a big-time win. Talik Cohen had a great game, even threw for a touchdown to Zach Miller. The defense stood strong for sure. And Chicago definitely needs something good to happen this week with the Cubs being down 2-0 to the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NLCS, and the Chicago Bulls season starting as well. So Chicago Bears definitely need something big to happen. So coming from me in this matchup, I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers to defeat the Chicago Bears. And now the next matchup, it is the Tennessee Titans heading to Cleveland to face the Cleveland Browns. Now the Tennessee Titans are coming off a big win on Monday Night Football tonight over the Indianapolis Colts. Everybody clicked in that game. Defense looked good, offense looked good, and they got a huge win on prime time. Then on the other side, you have the Cleveland Browns are still looking for their first win of the season. They got blown out by the Houston Texans on Sunday, like blown out. They also started Kevin Hogan instead of DeShone Kizer. Of course, I watched Kevin Hogan at Stanford. Great quarterback, but when it comes to Cleveland, great is not enough. And Cleveland is definitely reeling after the Cleveland Indians could not get past the New York Yankees after being up 2-0, and LeBron James may not be playing in the season opener for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Browns are just is just one of many bad things that's happening to Cleveland sports right now. So coming from me in this matchup, man, this one's tough. Do I see Cleveland getting their first win of the season? No, I just don't. I am taking the Tennessee Titans to defeat the Cleveland Browns. And now the next matchup. It is the New Orleans Saints heading to Lambeau to face the Green Bay Packers. Now, the New Orleans Saints are coming off a huge win over the Detroit Lions on Sunday, putting the 50-burger on the Lions. Drew Brees had a great game. Mark Ingram had a great game on the ground. Everything was clicking for the Saints. Defense-wise I think they sacked Matthew Stafford 5 times or 4. Definitely everything. That game was definitely the game that the Saints needed this season. Then on the other side, you have the Green Bay Packers are coming off a very tough loss on the road to the Minnesota Vikings, but they lost so much more. Now, if you did not see that game, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. He fell on his shoulder, and the diagnosis is he has a broken collarbone. So he may be out for the rest of the season. That is huge. For any Packers fan to lose their number one quarterback, that they had to go to their backup in Brett Hundley. Now, again, I watched him at UCLA. Great quarterback, but he's not Aaron Rodgers. And this definitely changes the shift in the NFC North, because the Packers having no Rodgers definitely makes the Vikings or the Lions the top team to win the NFC North this year. So losing Aaron Rodgers definitely hurts them. It hurts Jordy Nelson. It hurts Randall Cobb. It hurts Devontae Adams. It hurts Ty Montgomery. It hurts the whole Green Bay lifestyle right now. We're losing Aaron Rodgers. So coming from me in this matchup, Brett Hundley is good, but Drew Brees is on a whole nother level. This is a very uneven matchup. So I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints to defeat the Green Bay Packers. And now the next matchup, an AFC South battle featuring the Jacksonville Jaguars heading to Lucas Oil Stadium to face the Indianapolis Colts. Now the Jacksonville Jaguars are coming into this game after a very tough loss to the Los Angeles Rams. Again, very inconsistent Jacksonville Jaguars team. Blake Bortles did not have a great game. Leonard Fournette did have another 100-yard game and a touchdown, but he also got hurt with an ankle injury. So, and thank goodness it wasn't an ACL tear, but the ankle injury I saw looked bad. So we don't know if he's going to be playing in this game. Defense did give up a lot of points against the Rams. Then on the other side of the Indianapolis Colts are coming off a very embarrassing loss tonight against the Tennessee Titans. They did not look good, but there's always some good news coming into this week that Andrew Luck may play in this game, but if not, it looks like it's going to be Jacoby Brissett. But the good news is I have heard that he is practicing, so he may play in this game. Maybe. So coming from me in this AFC South battle, I am taking the Indianapolis Colts to defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now the next matchup, an NFC West battle featuring the Arizona Cardinals heading to the Coliseum to face the Los Angeles Rams. Now the Arizona Cardinals coming off a big win at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday, and they added a very familiar face to their running game. They traded for Adrian Peterson. He was a Saint. Now he's a Cardinal, and Adrian Peterson woke the fuck up in this game. He was doing nothing in New Orleans. He came to Arizona. They gave him the rock. He had over 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Carson Palmer had a great game. Larry Fitzgerald had a touchdown and 100 yards. The defense got it done as well. So when it comes to running backs in the NFC West, Adrian Peterson coming from me is the top right now. Adrian Peterson, Todd Gurley, Carlos Hyde, and Thomas Rawls or CJ Prosise from the Seattle running game. But Arizona definitely picked up a stud in Adrian Peterson for sure in that running game without David Johnson. Now they have Adrian Peterson, and it's going to be AP all day. Then on the other side, you have the Los Angeles Rams. They're coming off a big win against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road. This team is something else. This Rams team is really good. Defense looked good. Gurley had a great game. Jared Goff had also a great game. And this is a very interesting matchup. It's a Pac-12 battle when it comes to quarterbacks. Carson Palmer out of USC versus Jared Goff out of Cal. We got Adrian Peterson straight out of OU versus Todd Gurley III coming out of Georgia. So this is going to be a fantastic NFC West showdown. So coming from me in this matchup, and this one's tough. This one's really tough. Man, I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals to defeat the Los Angeles Rams. And now the next matchup, an AFC East battle featuring the New York Jets heading to Miami to face the Miami Dolphins. Now the New York Jets are coming off a very tough loss and also controversial loss where they lost to my New England Patriots, which they had a touchdown overturned and touchback. And when you see the replays, they had the touchdown. That could have won the game for the Jets, but of course the refs took it out of their hands. And you know, when it comes to the refs, when they take it out of your hands, it definitely screws you over for sure. And the Jets definitely got screwed over. I got to admit that as a Patriots fan. I was very nervous for that game. Then on the other side of the Miami Dolphins, who came from behind and defeated the NFC champion Atlanta Falcons. What else is new with the Falcons? And I'll get to them in this video as well. But they looked good. Jay Cutler looked somewhat decent this week. For once, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Jay Ajayi out of Boise State had a great game on the ground, over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown. And he must have been feeling that big Boise State win over San Diego State on Saturday in college football. So Jay Ajayi was definitely the guy to give the ball to in that game. So coming from me in this AFC East battle, and this is going to make my Dolphins fans really happy, I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins to defeat the New York Jets. Fins up. And now the next matchup, it is the Baltimore Ravens heading to Minneapolis to face the Minnesota Vikings. Now the Baltimore Ravens are coming off a very tough loss in overtime to the Chicago Bears. And again, like I said, this Baltimore team is very, very inconsistent. We don't know which Baltimore Ravens we're going to get. Are we going to get the team that beat the Raiders in Week 5, or we're going to get the Baltimore Ravens that we saw this week? So their defense was the only thing that was keeping them in this game. Their kickoff returns were keeping them in this game, and that's about it, because their offense is non-existent for sure. Then on the other side, you have the Minnesota Vikings are coming off a big win over their NFC North rivals, the Green Bay Packers. They looked good, even though Minnesota was cheering after Aaron Rodgers got hurt. So come on, Minnesota Vikings fans, really? You're going to cheer a guy who just got hurt? Show some class a little bit. Come on, Minnesota. Case Keenum had a great game. McKinnon had a great game in the running game, but I also heard some good news that they're going to be activating Teddy Bridgewater soon, so they may have the star quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings back in this lineup. Maybe in this game, we don't know, but now it's a 3-quarterback race. Either it's going to be Keenum, Sam Bradford, or Teddy Bridgewater. So the sky is the limit when it comes to the Minnesota Vikings quarterback situation. So coming from me, I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings at home to defeat the Baltimore Ravens. And now the next matchup, an AFC North battle featuring the Cincinnati Bengals heading to Heinz Field to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now the Cincinnati Bengals are coming off a bye last week. They're going to be healthy. They're going to be healthy and looking to knock off an AFC North rival with Andy Dalton, Joe Mixon straight out of OU, Jeremy Hill, AJ Green, their defense, Pac-Man, Carlos Dunlap, Geno Atkins. They're definitely looking to swallow and take over this game against the Steelers. And then on the other side, you have the Steelers are coming off a big win over the Kansas City Chiefs on the road. The 3Bs finally clicked after weeks of not clicking. They finally got the wheels in motion. Ben Roethlisberger had a great game. Le'Veon Bell had a great game on the ground. Antonio Brown had another 100-yard receiving. And their defense woke the fuck up. They just smothered Alex Smith in that game. So coming from me in this AFC North battle, it's hard to trust Cincinnati anymore, coming from me. So coming from me, I am taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to defeat the Cincinnati Bengals. And now the next matchup. It is the Dallas Cowboys heading to Santa Clara to face the winless San Francisco 49ers. Now, the Dallas Cowboys are coming off a bye as well. They're going to be healthy, but they also found out that Zeke the Freak suspension is back in motion. Now, we don't know if he's going to be playing in this game. It does not look good. It does not look likely he is going to be playing these next 6 games for the Dallas Cowboys. So it definitely hurts their running game because Darren McFadden is a great running back, but he's no Zeke the Freak. And they needed Zeke the Freak for to win this NFC East. And without him for 6 games, it could drastically change their chances of winning the NFC East this year. But they still have their weapons like Dez, Cole Beasley, Jason Witten, Dak Prescott. Their defense definitely looking to get some payback after their last game. Then on the other side, you have the winless San Francisco 49ers are coming off another loss in the fourth quarter once again. What else is new with the 49ers this season? They're just the same damn team we saw last season. I mean, they also benched Brian Hoyer and went with their 3rd-round draft pick from Iowa, C.J. Bethel. I can't, if I'm saying his name wrong, sorry, but I don't know a lot about the San Francisco 49ers backup quarterback situation. I know he's a 3rd-round draft pick, and he's out of Iowa. And he actually looked good. But they're still winless. They're 0-6. The other winless team, the Cleveland Browns. This team is just looking to get the number 1 draft pick in the next year's NFL draft, and it's got to be a quarterback. Carlos Hyde had a great game. Pierre Garçon had a pretty solid game. But again, when they don't have the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, they're going to continue to lose. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking the Dallas Cowboys to defeat the winless San Francisco 49ers. And now the next matchup. It is, of course, my second favorite team, the Seattle Seahawks, heading to Gotham to face the New York Giants. Now, the Seattle Seahawks are also coming off a bye last week. They're going to be rested, ready to go. Legion of Boom is going to be in full effect. Russell Wilson, Jimmy Graham's, Dougie Baldwin's definitely going to be up. Hopefully their offensive line will protect Russell Wilson for once, hopefully. So they're definitely looking to put another nail in the Giants' coffin. Then on the other side is the New York Giants, who are coming off a huge upset win on Sunday Night Football over the Denver Broncos on the road, even without Odell Beckham Jr. out for the season, Brandon Marshall out for the season, Sterling Shepard out for the season. So they went with a who's who of wide receivers and receivers for the Giants in that game against the Denver Broncos, and they got it done. Surprisingly, because of their defense, Denver turned the ball over 3 times against that Denver defense. So that may be the only good thing about the New York Giants. Of course, they suspended Antonio Cromartie for indefinitely, so New York is definitely struggling right now, other than their baseball team, which just like their baseball team, the Yankees, who are down 2-0, who are down in the American League Championship Series. So if it's not one, it's the other in New York City. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking the Seattle Seahawks to defeat the New York Giants. And now the next matchup, an AFC West battle featuring the Denver Broncos heading to Los Angeles to face the Los Angeles Chargers. Now the Denver Broncos are coming off that Sunday night game against the Giants, embarrassed and just surprised that they lost to the New York Giants. Trevor Siemian did not have a great game. They even put in Brock Osweiler. Why is he still playing? He's a joke, a bust. But they did not look good. They got absolutely surprised by the New York Giants. It definitely was a trap game for sure. Then on the other side, you have the Los Angeles Chargers coming off a big win on the road against the Oakland Raiders. After they got rid of their field goal kicker, they picked up Nick Novak and won the game for them in the last couple seconds of the fourth quarter. Phillip Rivers had a great game. Melvin Gordon had a great game. Even Hunter Henry, their clutch, their rookie, their great backup tight end for the great Antonio Gates. But Hunter Henry definitely proved that he's a clutch player for the Los Angeles Chargers, even though Los Angeles is, the Chargers are not very well liked in Los Angeles, unlike with the Rams and the Lakers and the Kings and the USC Trojans or the UCLA Bruins. So coming from me in this AFC West battle, I am taking the Denver Broncos to defeat the Los Angeles Chargers. And now the Sunday night matchup, and it's the one I have been waiting for since the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl 51 rematch featuring the Atlanta Falcons heading to Foxborough to face my New England Patriots. Now, the Atlanta Falcons are coming off another blown lead loss to the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. They blew a double-digit lead against the Dolphins on Sunday. What else is new with the Falcons? They blew a lead in the Super Bowl. Now they just blew a lead they blew a lead last week coming into this game this week. So they were hot in the second half, but then they just faltered and fell flat in the third and fourth quarter against Miami. So this team still has the weapons to scare you, but if they don't score often, they're not going to win. Then on the other side, you have my New England Patriots coming off a very tough and gritty win over the New York Jets. Again, got to give the Jets some credit. They gave us a fight. Tom Brady did not have his best 505 touchdown game. He had 2 touchdowns. He did get picked off in that game, I think twice. He got picked off once or twice. But when it comes to Tom Terrific Brady, he always comes into the clutch when it comes to these AFC East rivalries with the Jets. Gronkowski had a great game. Hogan had a great game. Their running game had a great game. Their defense did give up some points, but not like 30, 40 points like they've been doing the last couple weeks. So coming from me in this Super Bowl 51 rematch on Sunday Night Football, that goes against, of course, tables, ladders, and chairs, I'm going to go with my team, the New England Patriots, to once again continue the woes of the Atlanta Falcons against us. So I'm taking the New England Patriots to defeat the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday Night Football. And now the Monday night match that goes against the night after TLC on Monday Night Raw. It is an NFC East battle featuring the Washington Redskins heading to Philly to face the Philadelphia Eagles. Now the Washington Redskins are coming off a big win at home against the San Francisco 49ers after their bye week. They got back on track. Kirk Cousins had a great game. Offense, running game had a fantastic game on the ground. And hopefully in this game, we could have Josh Norman back for the Washington Redskins to stop all of those great Philadelphia Eagles players. And then on the other side, you have the Eagles who are coming off a big win on Thursday Night Football last week over the Carolina Panthers on the road. They're riding high in the NFC East in first place. Carson Wentz had a great game. LeGarrette Blount had a great game. Alshon Jeffrey had a great game. Even Nelson Aguilar. And I know there's a lot of Eagles fans that hated Nelson Aguilar. I watched him at USC. It's going to take time for him to get better and better, but he's getting those touchdowns. Zach Ertz has had a great game at tight end. So coming from me in this Monday Night Football NFC East battle, I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles to defeat the Washington Redskins. And those are my Week 7 NFL predictions. I hope you guys did enjoy these Week 7 NFL predictions today. Comment below, who do you have winning all of these matchups this week? Of course, represent your team in the comment section below as always. And if you want to put your picks up, for this week, by any means, leave them in the comment section below. Let's have a conversation about them. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, thumbs up it, and of course reply right back to you, because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching. Of course, before you go, you can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share it with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys next week for 2 big videos. Later days and peace.